Good evening from the Education and Human Services building at Central Michigan University. I'm Marty Lorenz with CBS News, and welcome to the first ever My First Year in the Classroom debate. Today we'll hear from our two candidates, Rose and Ellen. Rose represents the party Never Let Them See You Sweat, and Ellen represents the party of pizza. In today's debate, the candidates will work to convince you that their stories are the best example of the issues faced by teachers and lessons learned. The questions are mine and have not been shared with the audience or the candidates. The debate is open to questions from the audience after all the questions have been asked. At this time, please join me in welcoming the candidates. Let us get started by each candidate giving a brief synopsis of their story.
Never Let Them See You Sweat is about a preschool teacher who, during her first job, encounters a mom with a rat on her shoulder and a child who witnessed his mom's water breaking and shared it with the whole class, thinking a pipe burst inside his mom. The story is about how no matter what is thrown at you in a day, always remain calm.
The story Pizza is about a teacher who has a class with a variety of behavioral issues and educational abilities. She describes how at the beginning of the day, an array of questions are thrown at her that she cannot answer, and how each of her students need different assistances and a different relationship with her. She uses the analogy of pizza to describe how messy and complex this is, and that to most it does not seem possible, but to a teacher it must be.
Okay, I think it's time for our first question of the night. What is the lesson behind both of your stories, and why are they important?
Being a teacher is very unpredictable, and it is important to stay calm in unexpected situations. This is important because to be a teacher, you need to keep these lessons in mind when with your students because you are their role model. The way you react to unexpected situations, especially dangerous ones, determine how they will react and feel as well.
Teaching is not as simple as most make it seem. A lot goes into the planning and executing of every day, and there are many aspects that you cannot plan for. You need to be prepared to work on your toes and handle the unexpected. Also, being capable to divide yourself into many different ways or pieces to satisfy the multiple unique needs of your students.
I agree with the importance of the lesson in pizza, but in my story, it teaches readers not only to be a better teacher, but person. It reminds us to not take life so seriously and embrace the surprises. Unlike my opponent's story, this lesson can be valued inside and outside the classroom walls.
All right, we're going to open questions up for the audience. What do you believe is the most valuable lesson learned within the book, My First Year in the Classroom?
My name's Ashley, and I'm a prospective future teacher. I think the lessons learned in the story, My Open House Orientation, shows how important it is to be comfortable around your students and colleagues. In the story, a young new teacher is nervous when getting ready for the new year. An older teacher who comes across to be stern relieves the new teacher's worries while breaking the ice through a glass of whiskey. The story was funny and reminded me that teachers are human too. My question for you guys is, why are your stories your favorite?
Pizza is my favorite because it demonstrates that each student is unique and has different needs. As a teacher, it is your responsibility to provide to each of these needs to the best of your ability. The analogy was used that a teacher is like a pizza. Each student needs a different slice with different toppings, and it gets messy, but you must know how to take on the different roles needed.
My selected story is my favorite because it showed how everything about teaching can be unpredictable, even the parents. It showed me how she was able to handle the situations, which is helpful to me as a pre-service teacher.
I think that pizza demonstrates a bigger picture of teaching.
Wrong.
It is important to be prepared for all the different needs of students,
Wrong.
which may even include the unexpected situations.
Wrong.
Both of you bring up very interesting points, but have you ever considered the story Rumors? I think it was funny how teachers hear rumors about their coworkers similarly to the way students hear about their teachers. I guess I've never realized that coworkers can believe rumors just as easily as their kids do. This story brought to my attention that rumors are created through misunderstandings. For example, in the story Rumors, Miss Winters had one of her coworkers was deemed one of the most strict teachers in all of the school. But after an instance with a kid with one of Miss Winters' students choking, all the students after that thought Miss Winters was due to the misunderstanding and miscommunication. I think the story teaches Teachers, all of us, don't believe everything you hear. Misunderstandings happen all the time, and never believe something, especially when it's just something as silly as a rumor.
But what would you say is the deeper meaning in the story rumors? In my story, I learned it's important to be comfortable around your students, and there's nothing to be nervous about. And if you do see someone who's struggling or nervous, help to comfort them no matter what, so in the classroom, everything can run smoothly. Because of the support of other teachers in my story, I want to be a teacher so I can work and contribute in an environment.
I think the importance of the story is to always give others the benefit of the doubt, just as you wish they would give to you. For example, if a student doesn't have their homework done on time, don't assume their excuse is a lie. Things happen all the time, and don't let the first impression consume your impression of someone. I think to be able to look past rumors is an important idea when it comes to the workplace. We as a society look at rumors as evidence, not as a misunderstanding. I think looking into rumors or dissolving them makes you the better and bigger person. You should always go into a new experience with an open mind, not with pre-created assumptions. Nobody's perfect, and everyone is trying their hardest to do everything they can, especially teachers. Okay, back to our candidates. I think we have time for one final question. How does the story impact you in your decision to pursue education as a career?
Even though it's scary to think that I will not be able to plan for everything that will occur in the classroom, this story makes me excited to be a teacher because it makes me wonder about the challenges I will face and grow from.
This story makes me respect teachers more because of the demands that go into the profession. Students and parents expect a lot out of an educator, and they strive to give all they can, but do not always receive the patience or respect that they should. Also, education is not just about the learning, but the growth of the students. This story gave more perspective on the demands of the role emotionally.
I think we can conclude from today's debate that there really are no true winners. The stories shared have taught us that there are so many different aspects of teaching, and each is challenging and exciting in their own way. Every experience is different and a new opportunity to grow from, and none can be named the best. Candidates, thank you for your time and a good luck in the polls. This has been the first ever My First Year as a in the Classroom debate. I'm Marty Lorenz signing off. Good night.